If you're one of those who think ghost stories are just tales to scare kids, let me tell you something. I thought the same, until it happened to me. If you haven't subscribed yet, I suggest you do, because this is just one of the many dark experiences I have to share with you. It all started a few years ago, when I moved into a small apartment in an old, almost forgotten building in the city. It was a simple place, but something about the atmosphere made me feel uneasy. From the very first night, I had this strange feeling that someone else was there. Have you ever felt like someone is watching you, even when you're alone? That chill that runs down your spine without reason. Well, that's what I felt. But I kept telling myself it was just my imagination, that there was no one else. The first few weeks were relatively normal, although every night when I came home, I noticed something odd. Sometimes the doors were slightly open, even though I was sure I had closed them. And the worst part was that, as I tried to sleep, I would always feel as though someone was slowly walking down the hallway, right outside my room. The sound was soft but constant, footsteps approaching, but never coming in. Has that ever happened to you? That feeling of knowing something is wrong but not being able to explain it. One night, I was watching TV, trying to ignore the shadows and noises that had started to unsettle me more than I wanted to admit. I was so focused on the show that suddenly, an indescribable chill filled the room. I froze. I looked around, and in the darkness of the hallway, I thought I saw a shadow, tall and still, watching me from the gloom. But the worst happened that very night as I was trying to sleep. I remember it was 3 a.m. when I suddenly woke up, with that strange feeling that someone was right beside me. Without daring to open my eyes, I heard a heavy breath, very close to my ear. My whole body was paralyzed, and my heart was beating so hard I thought I was going to pass out. I managed to open my eyes and saw a dark figure at the foot of my bed, watching me in complete silence. Have you ever woken up in the middle of the night, feeling like you couldn't move? As if something, or someone, was there with you? The figure vanished instantly, but the feeling didn't go away. That was the beginning of endless nights where I felt watched. I couldn't tell if I was dreaming or if something was actually there. The tension was consuming me. The next night, while I was in the kitchen, I heard footsteps in my room. I approached slowly and saw the door slightly open. I stood there in silence, listening, and suddenly I heard a whisper, as if someone was speaking quietly. My skin crawled. I opened the door abruptly, but no one was there. I thought about leaving, but every time I packed my things, something inside me told me that it wouldn't let me go so easily. It felt like that presence didn't want me to leave. And at that moment, I realized I was no longer just a guest in that place. It was as if I was becoming a part of it. Have you ever felt trapped somewhere? Like the walls are whispering to you, asking you to stay? One of the last nights I spent there was the most terrifying. I was in a deep sleep when I felt someone pull my arm. I woke up and saw that figure again, closer than ever, its face blurry, almost human. It leaned over me, and though it didn't speak, I felt like it was saying something, as if it was asking for help. But I couldn't move, couldn't speak, and could only watch as that figure slowly faded away. The next morning, I knew it was time to leave. I didn't care if I had nowhere to go, but that place had drained me, and with every passing day, I felt an inexplicable darkness surrounding me. I finally managed to move out, though I never felt completely free. Sometimes, I still feel that presence beside me at night, as if I brought something with me from that place. If you've experienced something similar or had a strange encounter in your own home, share it in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe for more stories like this, because, believe me, we're all just one whisper away from the unknown.